You are watching YWAM Perth Fortnightly News. We're going to hear about some news from France, and we're going to check out some news from one of the music schools here on base. Have you ever heard of Biarritz? It's a city on the Atlantic coast, southwestern France, and we have a base that is very dear to us over there. Let's hear from Adam Thompson, and he will tell us more about it.
Yeah, YWAM Biarritz is a base that got planted out of YWAM Perth in 2011, and we launched out here as a team then, so we've been running for 6 years. So we are YWAM Perth extended family. We launched with a team with about 8 people or something, and grown every year since then. I think we're over 40 staff now. 2 years ago, when the refugees started to come into Europe and leave Syria and different nations in the Middle East, we were in an intercession time one day praying for the refugees, and then God spoke to us to go. And so the next day we sent a team straight to Greece, and since then we've had people on the ground working with refugees. And so from there we pioneered a base into Lesbos, the island of Lesbos, and we have a small base there running now. It's permanent location. And we have a boat there as well that we're using as our permanent location, and running a DTS there every year already as well. God started speaking recently that maybe it might be time to pioneer a new base after finishing Biarritz. So yeah, I was in the plane processing with the Lord one day, and God just said, "What about Paris?" And I was like, "Yeah, what about Paris?" And I guess the vision kind of grew from there. I think our heart would be to pioneer a really multifaceted urban campus in the heart of Paris. We're going to move there in October quarter and plant a new base in Paris. And honestly, Europe needs the power of God. It needs the love of God in a transformational way. I think Europe has gone away from its first love, and it needs to come back. You know, if you have a heart for Europe, we'd love to invite you to come and be a part of YWAM Biarritz, YWAM Paris Central, YWAM Lesbos. If you have a heart to see Europeans transformed through the love of God.
Do you have a heart for Europe? I encourage you to check them out. This coming January 2018, we're running another School of Music and Missions. Let's hear more from Mike Morris, where he'll share a bit of God's provision and healing through prayer.
And I said, I don't know. God's going to have to provide something. Then they said, what about the bass amp? What about the electric guitar amp? I said, I don't know. God's going to have to provide something for us. And within the first week of being there, I had a meeting with the pastor. The pastor found out we're musicians, and he said, let's do a concert. We nailed down everything except for the sound system. I said, okay, now all we got to do is sort out a sound system. He says, oh, don't worry about it. His dad runs one of the biggest sound companies in Manila. Everything's covered. Don't worry. At one of these concerts that God provided this incredible sound system for, we invited people up afterwards to pray for them and to just share the gospel with them. One guy came up to me, said he was a Christian, but he has a lump under here that he wanted prayer for. I said, okay, let's pray. We prayed for him and said, how does it feel? And he felt for it. And he goes, oh, it's about the same, maybe a little bit smaller. I said, okay, let's pray again. After 3 or 4 or 5 times of praying for him, he was feeling for the lump. And this time he was feeling for it for a really long time. He felt probably 35, 40 seconds. And then he stops and he goes, it's gone, I can't feel it. And right there, God healed this man. And I just found it was amazing. You know, God uses our opportunity for music to bring healing to this guy. The School of Music and Missions is focused really primarily on your character, actually. You can get skills pretty easily. You can't buy character, but you can pay money and get a tutor, right? And so we really want to equip you strongly in your character as a musician. The topics in the school, we have different things like music in the kingdom, God the musician, aspects of heart purity and motivation, sound system setup and operation. We have songwriting, we have band practices every week, we have just everything to do with music and the character that God looks for in a musician. A lot of topics based around that.
We recently did a complete mail out of our West Coast magazine to all of our friends. Want to be more in the loop? You can subscribe to our email updates via our YWAM Perth website. And if you don't want to subscribe, simply go to issue.com and search YWAM Perth, where you can check out our latest issue. I'm Louie, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.